think these guys have gotten just a little bit angry. Oh my goodness. Hey guys, welcome back here to another episode of Spazcraft. I've been spending some off time work here, listening to some music, working on the outsides and the insides of this spawner to make it look all fancy and nice. And I think I have officially finished it. There might be one more thing I wanted to do. Nope, and it was over here, and I'm not going to need to do that on this side because this is already an enclosed space. So as it turns out, I found a quick little tunnel here to get to this area. I decided to start digging out from this direction and then turn to the left because it really wasn't that far, and this is actually the tunnel right there. That's where we entered in and then did this big, like, long zigzag around maze to get to it. Go straight a little bit more, then cut right here, and it's a short distance away. So eventually we'll have a rail set up once we have a permanent spot for our actual portal into spawn. But I've gone ahead and made the insides of this place pigman proof, hopefully blaze proof, and wither skeleton proof, so nothing spawns inside and you can enjoy the outsides of it. So I put little buttoned iron doors on each of it. Everything has got slabs everywhere to prevent things from spawning. I have light down here because the light's really not a big deal down here because there's really no light's going to get up and into where the blazes are spawning. This is normally where you will come and hang out, as this is where you'll attract them all, because if sometimes they see you, sometimes they don't. If they do see you, then they're going to fly around and up and down. It's really kind of annoying. You kind of have to do it in two little batches here. I think that fence post, I might move it one down if you can, redstone wise, because so you can see these guys are kind of flying up and down, so if I put it across, it kind of traps these guys down here for sure, because if you do this, and you can get some stuck here into the middle of the blocks, because, you know, they're flying up and down in different modes once they kind of attract you, because blazes, of course, can see you through the glass. And sometimes the fireballs glitch out, but they don't actually attack you. So I've just got a chest if you want to have items, a crafting table, a cauldron in case you do catch on fire, ender chest for general use. I'm going to take this probably for now, but put one here once we get to the end and have more portals. A little bit of quartz to make this look a little bit nice because you're hanging out. Here's another exit to a different part of the nether fortress, just so there's an exit on this side because I liked my symmetry and figured this build could be built symmetrically. Let's go ahead and... Ooh, geez. They are angry. Holy crap, they're angry. So we're going to just let this gather here. And I'm going to need to eat. Fish are not very good. They have very little saturation. I think some of these are still going to kill pretty easily. Nope, that's a separate batch, so we'll go ahead and kill those. Although I might kill them all now because I hit them once already, which is probably exactly what's going to happen. And you got to try and put that fire out. Yeah, that's what happened. So they killed on their own. I realized they don't really drop anything when they, excuse me, die on their own, so I'm not quite sure what's up with that. I figured they would drop something. Hang on one second. Ooh, sorry about that. That's something stuck in my throat. I had to get some water. That was interesting. I haven't seen them like drop anything if you kill them automatically, so I'm not sure if an automatic one works. I don't know if it's special for blazes, if it's a glitch, or if all mobs in general don't do that anymore. I mean, I thought they just didn't drop as much, and they don't drop what's it called? Rare drops. They won't do those unless they're killed by a player, and they won't drop XP. But I thought they would still do their normal drop, so I will have to look that up and see if this is even worth making it extra. But we'll go ahead and flip this open and let the rest of them come down. Because I'm down here, they should come down here pretty straightforward because they're being launched and because they're coming down here. If they don't see you, then they won't be going in and out of this fire mode and non-fire mode. So for the most part, they won't be flying up and down, and it'll probably be pretty easy to contain them. So for right now, there's no point in having this be an automatic kill machine. Really no point of it at all. You do have to, you do have to make sure, though, that this fire down here is out, because if they are shooting at you, that fire is going to be there, and that if you kill them all, everything burns. Ooh, hey there, little guy. Kill you up there too. So you can see my levels, 47 levels. I've probably done this a dozen times while I've been here working on. Well, let me show you. Up here is a little viewing platform so you can see through the window, because if they are attracted onto it, it's kind of funny to watch them swing around, and you can see the magics of this redstone work in action. There's no lights up here because of course, these spawn in the dark, but it seems like it's so bright in here. That's just because the nether keeps it bright. These things are on fire. They're giving off light. There's a little bit of light coming through the doors. There's a walkway up here that I put a door to because there are sometimes skeletons that spawn up here. And then I put a door over here, unfortunately not quite as symmetrical of a layout, and this is how you actually get like out into the actual fortress itself and into the nether. Again, this floor up here is also at half slab level so that nothing spawns in here. We don't get any pigmen or anything like that. So I think for now, until I look up some stuff about automation, where if I do, it's probably going to be a flip of a switch, or if I move that down, which I might, I'm going to basically call this project complete until we investigate some more into this. So for now, this is complete. I'm going to probably bring this Silk Touch this back with me. Unfortunately, my pockets are very full. We don't need that. And we're going to go start on something new. And this is probably going to be over an episode or two, working on a slime farm with Skadem. So basically, we both decided we definitely need one. And that's really the next thing we should do because all of our projects here into the future are going to require them. We don't need one coal. We have plenty of blaze for fuel. So we'll just leave these here to respawn or pick up another time. So we've been looking at, oh gosh, I hate buttons, but it's what you have to do. We're going to make a slime farm because all the projects after this are going to use slime blocks. We want them for fun. We want slimes for just important now. And we want to make a slime farm. We're going to use slime chunks. So once again, I'm going to use our world map, which we've been kind of using. It's been nice and fun to use that. I'm going to use that. I'm going to see if anywhere close by, if there is any double, triple, or quadruple slime chunks together. Of course, they get more rare as you go up that tier. So we will find out if there's any of those together. I know there's that single one that Mitch did find. That's what we're going to start with for now. But I'm going to look and see if there's any more doubles or singles or triples or doubles together that are nearby that could be useful. And we're going to basically start on that. So Skadem says he's going to be able to play with me tomorrow night because he's on vacation in Vermont, but he'll be he's out skiing, so he'll be around. He'll be back at least with some family in town to play for a little bit. So I think I'm going to start doing some work clearing it out. Basically clearing it out from what I think it's like level 0 from the top of the bedrock to level 40. They can't spawn on bedrock, so we go like one block above bedrock, make that the floor, and then go up from there. And we were thinking about building the design where you have like the iron golems, and it basically attracts them to run into the cacti. You need very little cacti to do it, and you need very little. It's less iron to do it because you just have set places where they get attracted to. But you can't really. It's kind of like less efficient of floor space because you can't have as many floors. You probably only have like 3 probably in like the whole place. And you do need a lot of iron to make the iron golems in addition to the hoppers. Whereas the traditional design where you have the platforms from like 0 to 40 up, platforms 3 tall, they hop off the edge, they fall down, land in the water, pushes them into the cacti, and their drops fall into the hoppers around the edge. Now that takes up a lot of iron to make all of those hoppers. However, we do have all the cacti to do it. So it really comes down to which one uses more iron and which one do we want to use more. And I think after discussing this, we're going to use the one where we have the levels that go up, and it's basically they fall and there's a ring of cacti around the outside. We decided I think that one's going to be the best. Unfortunately, it's going to use a lot of iron, so we'll pull resources from other people and probably have to do some mining trips, but we'll be able to probably do that together. But it should be well worth it because the next project after that is probably going to be the villager breeder and the iron farm. That'll be the next after the slimes because even though we don't really use the slimes for the iron farm, I'm going to at least start on the slime farm next, and then we'll see how we go to the rest of this. Here's Preston's house. You can see he's starting to build something coming together there. It looks actually pretty neat. He's taping over that section, which is, of course, very cool. And everyone's been kind of talking. Everyone likes Spawn, likes being close together, likes having their little houses, likes working on these projects. But once we start getting a lot of these projects up and running, and most of them start to really get finished, I think we're all going to start to venture away to find our own big fortress to build, our whole big area. And, of course, that is a long way down the road, but that is something we have all been talking about and starting to look for areas for those of us that have been out and exploring. So I'm going to put my stuff away, find a slime chunk, and I will join you guys in a bit once I get that slime chunk found and get down to it and then start out with some mining. Hey guys, I found myself a slime chunk here. There's actually a slime chunk here, and then I believe right here is a slime chunk as well. And then this chunk right here is empty, but then the chunk right there is a slime chunk, and the chunk on the other side of this one is a slime chunk. And I figured this was a pretty good setup, one, because we can make a dual one if we wanted to, but really I'm thinking 3 individual ones, or even 4 individual ones, and then your player can stand here in the middle of this chunk, you know, up at the top or down here at the bottom, and then the slimes will be able to spawn all the way around him, because as you know, they have to be like, what, 25 blocks away or 24 blocks away from you. So I've proven that this is indeed a slime chunk, because here's a baby slime down here. I logged on, and this is here. I think Preston's like up there somewhere working, or he might be in one of the AFK farms. So I've noticed that he's over there. So I think one had spawned when I had logged on, but because I had been running back and forth along in this ravine, this had been lit up here at the bottom, since the strip mine goes right down there, and then nothing was spawning in here, but finally got something to spawn. So you can see I've cleared out 3 floors already, and the way this is going to work is we'll have 1, 2, 3, and then this ceiling is actually going to be a half slab, so each floor is going to be 1, 2, 3.5 blocks tall, and the big slimes need 2.5 blocks to spawn, but giving them that extra block allows them to hop around efficiently to get them to the edge, to fall off the edge in a timely manner, but it's also not so big that we don't fit in but so many floors. So what I'm standing on right now is Y39, so that they can spawn in here, and then I'm going to keep basically going down until I get to the bottom, because they can't spawn on bedrock, so the last floor is going to be down there like that. Now I still have yet to confirm something unfortunate, which we noticed with the blazes, where if the player didn't kill them, it didn't seem like they were dropping anything. Apparently they've done that with slimes too, and like the mobs that basically people are liking to farm and making completely automatic, they were changing that and making it where you actually had to do the killing, which was fine for like the blaze farm, but the slime one's kind of a pain in the butt because you have to break them down into the small slimes. So I'm not quite sure how this is going to work, but I've been seeing a couple designs people have made with instead of having them fall and go into the cacti, they use a lot less resources. The bottom floor is like water, they flow into the water, and then they drown, or they all pile up in the corner, and then you can kill them that way. So I'm not quite sure how we're going to do the bottom yet. I'm going to probably wait to skate them to do that and do some more testing myself. Basically, I've been working through this pickaxe. You can see you can probably do another floor before I have to go and update it or repair it. But I'm going to keep clearing out the floors here, keep working, and when Skatum gets on this evening, hopefully we'll have some plans as to what we are going to do with the bottom of this. But you can see I still have like 3 or 4 more floors to build, at least. Actually like 10 more floors to build if you really wanted to maximize this. Okay, not 10, but 6 probably, 7, 8, something like that. And I also have to clear out the sides, you know, like what, 4 or 5 blocks. But I'm not going to do that yet because I have to decide how we're going to do these slime chunks set up. Because I'm actually thinking like one chunk is too close to the other one, so I might just start with the dual chunk here. But yeah, so back to clearing out the rooms. Okay guys, Skatum is joining me now this evening to finish some work up on the slime farm. He's been recording an episode about building a flower dye automatic farm thingamabob. So go check out his channel if you want to see a video of him building that contraption down there, right about there. He'll have a whole episode on himself building that, so really excited to get some dye and flowers from that. So yeah, go check out his channel. I'll try to remember to link that down in the description. So as I finished the slime farm, my entire efficiency 5 pick completely wore down again, so I came up here to repair it, but I had to use 3 more diamonds. In the levels, it's not so much. In 1.9, they changed it, where it costs like less levels to repair them, so you can repair it more times before it does eventually max out. Like the first diamond costs 2 XP, and then every diamond after that costs 1 more XP. So it's like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 XP up to repair it. So I had to use 3 diamonds to completely repair it, or just about, and it cost me like, you know, 7 XP on the last one. So I'm good for a long while before it becomes too expensive.
If you just use the pickaxe, I think it costs less.
Yeah, if you put it with a whole actual pickaxe,
yeah.
No, it won't, because it considers it like putting it on. Like it considers putting the enchantments on it. So at a certain point, it'll be cheaper.
Well,
right
it
now,
depends which way you do it, because I think it only cost me like 3 or 4 to do it, but I only had an efficiency pickaxe.
Yeah. So I think it depends which way you do it, and like eventually it will be cheaper than me actually doing it, because like for instance, if I do right now it's only going to be like, what, 8 levels to like repair it with 1 diamond to do like a quarter of it. But if I eventually it might be like 28 levels to do that. So if I add it to another pick, it would probably be cheaper than that. But my bow is also starting to get a little bit low here, and I know we're going to use that a lot for the dragon fight, and I wanted to make sure I can keep that around because it was much more expensive to repair that. So what I did was I took the rest of my rotten flesh, and then a whole bunch of paper, a couple of the books I had, made some more books, and basically went to that village and did a crap load of trading. So what I did was I brought a whole bunch of paper and basically like traded the paper till they couldn't trade anymore, and then I was trading written books because there was only 2 actual books. So I made a bunch of written books with some ink and feathers, traded 2 written books for diamonds, did that until that filled up, and then basically he leveled up and it repaired it so then I could trade paper again. And I kept doing that process. I think I did that back and forth like twice, and then I had enough diamonds, including with the round flesh that I traded, and I did bring a little bit of gold and traded a little bit of gold. And then I had enough diamond or emeralds here to trade for one of his mending books, and then that let me trade with the paper again and the written books again. I did that process over again, basically with the same guy, and then got myself a second mending book. And then I didn't have any more paper with me because I'd used like a whole inventory full. So that happened. I have 3 emeralds left, which is really not that much, but I have 2 mending books, and I would like to put that on my bow and then on my efficiency 5 pickaxe, because this fortune 2 one, I eventually want to get a fortune 3, so I'm not going to keep this forever. And my diamond swords, yeah, it's sharpness 4 on breaking 3, but with this sword, it's really not that amazing because of how they nerfed sharpness. So, you know, I really would rather have a looting sword that I'd rather keep around and use at all times. So for now, I'm not going to keep this one. And then my silk touch one was only like just silk touch or something, whatever it was. So if I get any more mending, of course we have it on this fishing rod, I'm going to want to put it probably on my feather falling 4 diamond boots that I never wear, or my protection 4 aquafinity respiration 3 helmet. So these will probably get mending next. But the thing with putting mending, I think, on armor is that takes priority if you're wearing it. So, you know, unless you're not taking any damage on your armor, it's going to be a long time before, like, those have to be, like, fully healed, I think, before your tools, but don't quote me on that. That's just what I've heard. I'll have to test that out, of course. So we're going to put mending on this and see how effective it is. It only costs 9 levels, but it becomes efficiency 4 and breaking 3 mending. So we're going to do that, and then on this bow becomes insane. Flame bow, power 5, unbreaking 3, infinity, now with mending. I could put punch on it. I just don't really like punch and see a need for it to make it even more expensive. So now we have those, and as we proved with the fishing rod, however you gather the XP orbs, if it's in your hand, you're going to get it. So we could break a bunch of quartz and use it to repair this or repair this. So the bow will probably repair itself pretty regularly because every time I use it, basically, almost every time, I'm going to get experience orbs, and with Unbreaking 3, it's going to make up for it and, you know, constantly keep repairing itself. Now, the pickaxe, not every time I use it do I actually get XP, so this one I'll probably have to go out of my way to keep it repaired, but we'll see how that goes. Maybe strip mining not, but definitely clearing those rooms, it will be. So I'm going to get together with Skate, and we're going to head on down to the slime farm and get to work and show him some of the work that I've done, and we're going to plan something out, clear some rooms, and we'll cut back when we're down there. All right, so I've done a lot of work on this. I've taken up, you know, chests and chests of stone. I've got some of my house. I did finally find some diamonds way at the very, very bottom level while I was clearing out some of the outside. So you can see my floor pads here. This is the highest one they can be. And if we drop down, you can see I've started to clear around the outside. I have not finished it, obviously, but I've gotten probably about a third of the way down to the bottom. However, I have cleared out each of the individual floors. So here's a floor, here's a floor, here's a floor, there's another one, here's another floor, and another floor, and there's another one, and then here is the last one, and then down here is at the bottom. So I did some testing in a single player world, and I found something very interesting. And that was that blazes do not drop drops unless they are killed by the player. However, all of the other mobs that I tested still did. So witches, slimes, skeletons, zombies, spiders, cave spiders, endermen, all of the other ones that you would potentially farm, those strangely enough, still dropped mob drops, even if they weren't killed by the player, say by a cactus or suffocation. So I don't know if it's just a bug for the blazes or if they have actually removed it for just that one, because blazes are actually used now and they're going to change that very soon for other mobs as well. I'm unsure. But the blaze one's going to stay how it is unless it is a bug and it's fixed. So for now, I'm going to build the same thing that I had planned on building for the slimes, which instead of doing the whole ring all the way around, it won't be quite as efficient, obviously. It'll be slower because the slimes will stay here. But the slimes never spawn at a rate that makes them like, you know, some mobs like the blazes spawn at a rate from a spawner where having them killed instantly is going to be better off. But this one, they spawn so slowly that I'm really not that concerned about it. So I think what I'm going to do is, instead of having the ring of cactus all the way around with all of those hoppers, especially if we build more than one chunk for right now, is I'm just going to have the water flow along the outside. And that too high drop should probably be enough to keep them stuck down there, where they'll just hop off the edge or they'll fall straight down, they'll land in the water, and then they'll flow around to probably a collection point at one end, and then they'll be killed at the cactus there, and then their mobs will be collected at like one of the ends of this. And I might do two, like one in each direction, might speed it up so they split half and half, but otherwise I'm not really sure. I think that's what I'm going to do, and Skatem and I had talked about, and what will probably work the best. So here I am, and I'm just going to continue to clear this out. So I don't think there's really much else for this episode. I think what I am going to do, actually what we'll do real quick is just to test this and see how awesome it is. Because I've been mining up here, I haven't been getting things like redstone or the diamonds or lots more coal down at the bottom. So this has actually started to really start to wear down. So I think what I'm going to do, actually, to wrap up this episode, is we're going to take a quick trip to the blaze spawner, and we're going to kill a whole bunch, and I'm going to hold this in my hand and see if we can completely repair it by using XP from the blaze spawner. And then I'll come back here with a whole new freshly repaired pick and can probably clear out almost all of the rest of this room with what I have left. And wow, look at this. It's working already. They're flying down left and right to... Oh yeah, look at this. They're falling everywhere. Oh my gosh. So as you can see, Skatem and I just powered through and cleared, oh, except for these couple blocks here, we cleared the entire way 3 blocks out from the top down. So we have this lovely place now where actually being at the bottom means we're far enough away from the platforms at the top that they spawn and then hop off and fall, and then we're killing them. So our next project we're going to do, which is going to be, well, really the next step in completing this, is going to be basically clearing out these floors and then turning them into slabs, lighting them up with jack-o'-lanterns, and then working on the water on the bottom. But as you can see, my mending pick is basically completely cleared out, and I'm going to go to the blaze farm, see if I can easily repair it, and then the rest of this will be done in another episode. So we're going to hop to the nether super quick. Alright, so there's about 70 or so blaze in there, and I'm going to go ahead and try and do a repair on this. So I'm going to flip the switch, we'll lock it up. We'll go ahead and do that, and let that do its thing. And let's give this a try. Look at that pick repair. Isn't that beautiful? Look at that. Bloop, 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 bloop. It's almost there. It's almost there. It's almost there. Oh, and it almost fully repaired it. Wow. Another 100 or so left. Look at that. That would have been perfect that this almost repaired it. But well, this will be good. This is more than good for now. There's this bow here and this here. Now, Skatem himself wanted to use the blaze spawner, so I'll leave him here to use this. Another thing I wanted to mention was the chests are all festive. But That's it for this episode. I'm so excited we're getting all this work done. I'm having a blast on here. Scam and I are going to continue to work on the farm into next episode. So thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for all of your support over the last year. It's really been great to still have some people hanging around this channel, even though through all of the years that this channel has been around. I hope to have another great year on this channel as well and to continue this awesome series. So thank you guys so much for watching. Merry Christmas, and I'll talk to you next time. See ya. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching. If you'd like to check out some more Minecraft, why not check out my Sky Factory 2 Let's Play with Zerthig and Necker by clicking here in the top left. If you'd like to see something else, you can check out my Eidolon Let's Play that I'll be finishing this summer by clicking here in the top right. You can follow me on Twitter down below, and then if you like what you've seen so far and you have yet to subscribe, click the big banner below.